So can a woman cheat on her man?
No, that makes...
How come if a woman's putting all this effort into raising the children, into putting all the house that the man cannot do, why can't she cheat then? If the man's not there, if he's always working?
It's simple, because men have to earn their value and women are born with their value.
So women aren't allowed to go and earn their values themselves? Because they're saying they're not allowed to be going out earning their values, but they have to stick there with this value that's given to them by society.
Sometimes it's hard to believe that this type of video are not scripted, because the things people say are just completely unbelievable. She wasn't playing about it. She actually believes that if a man is working to provide for his family, it shouldn't be a problem if his wife uses this time to cheat. And that kind of mindset is exactly why so many people are struggling in the current dating scene. They are going into relationships with the wrong mindset, which is why things aren't working out. Based on her logic, unless a guy is ready to be cheated on, he shouldn't even go to work to provide for his family. This is what happens when people take relationship advice from social media.
The problem with the world today,
world hunger,
is that a lot of y'all men will never taught what a real man is and what a real man does.
I feel you on that.
Real man works 7 days a week.
Okay, I get that. I mean, he doesn't have to work 7 days a week. I mean, at least like a couple of days off.
Comes home to his stay-at-home wife.
The one that takes care of the kids in the house whenever you're not there. I got you.
Cooks her a hot meal. Does the laundry. Make sure her nails and toes and her hair is done.
+1 is...
Serves her. Does the dishes. Make sure the kids are put away to sleep. Gets up in the morning, get them ready for school. Do it all over again. That's the real man.
See, I'm just trying to add up. Like, this math ain't mathing up. What do you do? Don't come after me. I said what I said.
I guess her definition of a real man is completely off, because what she described was something else. And based on those statements, I can say with confidence that she's still single, as I am sure she won't be able to find a guy willing to take that spot. Why would a guy in his right mind place himself in that position? She'd better wake up from that dream soon, because things aren't looking good. And I doubt even simps would be willing to put themselves in that kind of situation. What she doesn't know is that a real man usually doesn't waste time on someone with that kind of mindset.
First time in my life, I've got up and left a date, and you need to tell me if I'm in the right or wrong with this. So we're going for some dinner. First time I've been on a dinner date really in ages. I don't really do dinner dates because I find them fucking awkward. So anyway, I'm sat there in a restaurant, and she said, oh, I'll be 2 minutes. She's pulling around the corner, jumps out at car drives off, so obviously she comes in. I'm like, oh, is that your brother? Because it were a lad driving. Like, oh, is that your brother? And she's like, no, it's my ex. So I'm like, what are you on about? She's, oh, yeah, it's my ex. We still live together. He's dating someone else, and I'm on the dating scene. Obviously, we're all right, but yeah, it's my ex. So that, to me, I thought that's a fucking red flag. So I'm like, oh, yeah, well, this is obviously not for me.
This is not just a red flag. It's a lot more than that. The fact they are still living in the same house indicates that they aren't fully done yet, which is something that can't be ignored.
So I got up and left. So am I in the right or am I in the wrong?
This was the best thing he could have done for himself, because it seems like either there's too much going on with that girl, or she's trying to play some kind of game. In any case, staying away from that kind of drama became a necessity. It's one thing to end the relationship without any major drama where there is still mutual respect. But it's a whole other thing to get a ride from your ex to go on a date. That's exactly what this young man noticed, which is why he didn't waste any time and walked away. I know some people try to make their ex jealous after a breakup, but she went too far, and that's usually where the drama starts. I wouldn't be surprised if she told him she needed a ride to go somewhere else, and he later realized she had actually made him drive her to a date. This scene speaks for itself. There's not much that needs to be said. It's clear he's the winner. He made it. My best advice to all of you is to find someone who gets this emotional just from seeing you. That's the kind of connection you should be looking for, the kind where you're genuinely valued and appreciated. It's a stark contrast to those situations where it's obvious the guy is only being tolerated because he's paying the bills. And trust me, you don't want that.
He was like, we should date. And I was like, no. And he's like, yeah, we'd be good. And I was like, no. And then I like jokingly told my younger sister who had met him, and she was like, oh, he's so great. He's amazing. He's such a nice guy. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I can't be with a guy that's nice. So then I was like, fine. Like, I'll give him a shot. And then I was like, he's amazing.
This is the kind of thing we see all the time in the dating scene. Most women who are complaining about the challenges they're facing when it comes to dating usually know at least one guy who would have done everything he could to make them happy. But as always, he was either placed in the friend zone or rejected. The funny part is that these are often the same guys they will come back to when they're finally ready to settle down. But that strategy usually doesn't work, because by that time, those guys will no longer be available. This case is a perfect example of it. She knew he had the potential to be a great husband, but he was the guy she didn't want to give a chance. That was all he needed to understand how she truly feels. No matter how many kids they have or how long they have been in the relationship, he still needs to run. She wasn't playing. She saw an opportunity to get what she wanted, and it's clear she wasn't willing to let it slip away, and he needs to pay attention to that. This is one of those situations where there's no need for further conversation, as everything is already on the table, and now it's up to him to save himself. And if you ever find yourself in a similar position, make sure you do the right thing, but do it fast.
I can fix any marriage in 3 months, so long as the man does these 3 things. The first is that he rejects the idea of 50-50 partnerships. From now on, his money is their money, her money is her money. If he finds that that's unequal, tough shit. Welcome to reality. Number 2 is that he will no longer be emotionally reactive to her. No discussions, no you hurt my feelings, I hurt your feelings. He's just going to listen, create a to-do list, and fix his own shit. He's not going to worry about hers. Number 3, he's going to take care of details so that she doesn't have to think or worry or plan. He's going to look at everything that they do together and do 90% of it. No more 50-50 anything. Because that's what he did when they were dating, in the early stages. So he's going to do that again if they're to save their marriage. Now, what about the woman? What about her responsibility? That's not a reality. So let's just skip that. That's bullshit. If he actually does those 3 things, it will save the marriage.
I agree with about half of what he said. I think he's right that we shouldn't get into full-blown arguments with our wives, and I also agree with the part where he said we should handle the small details so she doesn't have to. But I completely disagree with his take on money and the idea that a woman shouldn't have any responsibility in the relationship. Those last 2 points honestly make him sound like just another simp who's trying to be a pleaser just to be liked. When it comes to finances, how is he supposed to make real progress if only one income is in play? How are they supposed to invest or even go on holiday if everything has to come out of his pocket? It just doesn't add up, and that's why his theory falls apart. He clearly doesn't understand that when a woman genuinely cares about her man, she wouldn't mind contributing. She won't have any problem helping out. This whole simping mindset isn't going to get him very far.
Where the fuck is my husband? Like, we haven't even met and you're pissing me off this bad? What the fuck is your problem, man?
That was a good question, and the answer is simple. She probably already met him but didn't realize he was the one. It happens a lot in today's dating scene, where everyone believes there's someone better out there waiting for them, and because of that, they're quick to dismiss someone who could actually be a great spouse just because they think the ideal person is still to come. That's the reality we're dealing with now.
So I've just got a quick question for the girlies. So my Sunday, I've woken up, I have done Pilates, I've been on a 7k run, I've come home, I've made avocado toast, I've used tomatoes that I've grown myself out of my garden, my washing machine is on, I'm listening to jazz music, I'm off to go play paddle with my friend. At which point does a man come into this? I just don't think at any point. Like, I've got fresh bedding on, ready for tonight. My pajamas are already out. And I just think, at what point do we let them disrupt this?